Hello and welcome to another replay of the SilverFox. I kind of like that name. Until I get out of the Silver League, that is. Golden hair? That's something, right? Anyway. Spawning in the bottom left corner, we have myself, the real Quaid. And spawning in the opposite corner, we have Dean of Fist. I think that's a reference to something, but I'm not really sure what it is. The obligatory GLAHF has been responded by with the band U2. If you don't get that joke, then it's good. It's a good thing. So if you don't know, I am making SC2 replay videos to help myself learn what I did right and what I did wrong in my videos. I don't like just watching the videos after I play them because I find that kind of boring. So I figured, why not share them with the world? I've been inspired by guys like Loco and Winter, and I watch a lot of pro gaming matches. I'm excited because tonight's going to be GSL versus the world. Looking very forward to that. And I try to learn as much as I can when I have free time to you know, improve my play. I started playing Starcraft 2 when it became free to play. I have a long history of Starcraft. I did start playing this game, well, Starcraft original, when it first came out, and quickly learned how great of a game it was. I got busy with life and other things and kind of stopped playing games. But then when this life, you know, slowed down a bit, and this became free to play, I figured, why not? Anyway, we have an interesting start to the game. Dean of Fist has chosen not to wall off his base. I sort of agree with this because I don't see Terrans rush very often with ground units. Terrans like to drop. They like to drop here. So building your buildings wherever you want is fine. As long as you don't block, you know, extensions like reactors or tech labs, because what helps with building a wall-like structure is that you know exactly where things are going to be, so you can get the timing very quickly. But the thing that sucks is that if you build it like I did, you get no room for your extension, so you have to build either another building or lift this one off, which can be a nuisance. I am not a pro gamer. I'm not very good, but I am learning. When you see a Reaper in your base, don't pull all of your SCVs, especially if you have a Marine. Just let him do his thing and explore. Now, if they come back with 3 more Reapers, like I could have done to him, if I went like triple Rax Reaper, that probably would have been a good build on this because he's got no wall, so I could walk right into the front of it. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I just jump up here anyway. But he's got nothing. He's got 3. Well, now he's got a Cyclone. That's different. That may have been deflected. Cyclones are fantastic early game units. It's either Tornado Blaster or it's considered. No, it's light. It's not armored. So, anyway, they still do a ton of damage, and against, you know, structures as well. I wonder if they'll change that in the future. My opponent has gone for a 1-1-1 style, building his command center after his factory. He's dropping mules. Smart. He's got fully saturated gas geysers. 3 Marines, and then he's got his Dean of Fist Cyclone at the front, guarding the gates. Pretty good. Better than what I have. I went for tanks. I saw that he had a factory, so I thought he might be making tanks. So I figured, you know, people like the siege out here. This is a very popular siege point. This is also a very popular siege point. And also a very popular siege point. If you're playing this map, and you don't know about this, this darkened area is where warp prisms go. where early probes build pylons to warp gate in units on you, and where drops come in to just lay havoc to your base. I was pretty sloppy. I didn't really think about it while I was playing. And what I should have done is just gone and built a supply depot up here just to uncover the vision. So at least I'd know it was incoming. I could, rally my troops in there. I got a couple siege tanks out, and I got no, not quite yet. I guess I'm a little slow. I was planning on having a couple of medevacs on the way. They should be queued up here. Oh, there they are. So I want to get this last siege tank in here, so I missed microed. So I need to drop out some guys, put my siege tank in there, and then I can load up one more marine, take off. I did opt to go for the front side of the base. You can see there's a turret in anticipation of a drop. The problem with that is it doesn't show the radius when I click on it, unfortunately, but I think the radius start cuts off right here, or maybe a little deeper, but I know that I can land here. I know that for a fact. And I know that he's got a bunch of supply depots here. And if he's a Silver League Terran like myself, I know that he's probably pretty close to supply block, because remembering to build supply depots is, after you get 2 bases up especially, is pretty bad. The telltale sign of a drop is incoming is there's a scan on your base. If you see a scan on your base, that means a drop is coming. Now, he just scanned the front of my base, and he saw I have 1 Marine and 1 Reaper and figured, alright, perfect. And I looked at here, and I said, alright, perfect. So, what this ends up being, this base, this map has so many maze parts to it that, Marines start doing wacky stuff like that, and you get yourself in trouble really quick. Man, tanks are good. Even those 2 shots, they just weaken these guys enough. He dropped a sentry gun. So, here's my drop. He's gonna have a pretty bad time with this because he left nothing at home. I got nothing either, but it doesn't really matter because I know I got enough minerals, obviously, from this one base. So I know I can re-up and take this out. So he decides to send everything back home, which I think is his mistake, because after I come in here and start messing up some of his buildings, he doesn't really have much of an option to do much. He's also supply block, so he can't build anything right now, which was kind of my plan. Supply blocking your opponent, if you ever get the chance to do it, is fantastic for laying siege afterwards. My goal here was to kill a starport so you can get any more ravens or cloak banshees out or anything like that. And I thought I might be able to win this, but this fucking auto turret came and whooped my butt. Actually, I kind of did win it. And he regrouped with all his SCVs. I should have just target fired. That I target fired the structure that was down. So I loaded the medevacs back up and I thought, okay, why don't I get a drop over here? Apparently don't know how to hit buttons because, all of a sudden my medevacs did nothing. I was on boost. You know what? My medevacs had nothing in them. That's why I couldn't drop anything, because there was nothing in them. Here's a thing, though, that I've learned through trial and error. Don't do this. Don't siege up and then turtle, and then try to rebuild. If you beat the shit out of somebody like that, or they got a few guys left, and they got supply block because he came in there and whooped on his supply depots, and he's, got no SCVs left, time to attack. Time for full court press. You need to hit your enemy when he's weakest. Don't wait. I got 6 medevacs, 2 tanks, 20 marines, more on the way, some marauders coming in. I think I got them at least, I got +1 attack, which is not, fantastic, but it's good. And I thought about it for a second, and I thought, let's siege these guys up, and let's wait, let's rebuild. And then I thought, oh, I see. It wasn't the AI, he's scouting with these. Okay, that makes sense. It's a good tactic, actually. Lets you know. Unfortunately, if you use all army hockey, you're gonna lose all these positions. So he's pretty good with this micro that he's not doing that. Sometimes in a panic, you gotta slam F2. F2 it, and then, you know, just do what you can. Anyway, I was like, yeah, time to go. Let's move out. Oh man, so I lost 30 units, he lost 19, so I'm actually not in such a great position, but I got 3 tanks, a boatload of Marines, a boatload of medevacs, and I think, you know, F this dude. I'll just re-up here, you know, I'll just keep building. I got my buildings hotkeyed, I'll just build while I'm attacking. So, a good thing I've learned too is don't siege all your tanks up in one clump right next to each other. Siege them up, you know, like that. So that they can just pound on units while they, and with that, you know, game's over. He's got nothing. He had to build all his SCVs, he had to build his supply depots up again, he built anti-drop defense, yeah, I guess that was the original one, but, you know, he didn't have much going on. So it would have been foolish for me to sit back and wait for him to build back up because he didn't have anything. He wasn't building while he was, you know, being attacked. I was spending my minerals, he was sitting on them. And you're not always going to run into players like this, but in the Silver League, you're running into them quite often. So if you're in the Silver League and you're watching this, it's a good idea. Don't sit back. Keep the pressure on. Okay, leave a comment if you have any, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.